Just as a little background for our topic, social media companies often collect personalized data from their users in order to provide those users with a more personalized experience, such as personalized advertisements or news that they would want to see. However, these companies often aren't transparent about how they're collecting the data, what sort of data they're collecting, and how often they can collect it. Many users will agree to this data collection when they sign on to the terms and conditions, but they often do not actually read those terms and conditions. And so the companies just aren't very transparent about their collection. So our situation involves a kid named Tim who wants to play video games with his friends. But in order to do that, he has to use a new chatting app, social media chatting app, so that he can talk to them while he plays. His friends want him to use the app so that he can play with them, but he's suspicious of the app because he knows that it collects personal data to provide him with a more personalized experience. Tim loses when he doesn't use the app because he can't play with his friends, and the developers of the app lose because they lose a customer of their app.
So just a little bit more background into why we chose this topic. For starters, this is really relevant to people our age, college students. Pretty much all of us, I assume, are on social media, or I can say so that pretty much all of us in this class right now are on social media. So very relevant to us, just to know like what these apps are doing with all our information that we give it and put out there into the world. This situation is also relevant in the past few years just because of rising concerns with our government and society with what these apps are doing with our data, who they're selling it to, if they're using it for advertising. Apps aren't being super transparent with that, so we just wanted to address that more. And it also seems like every few months there's some sort of major social media platform that will have a data leak, and users' emails and addresses and full names are exposed. And it seems like this happens pretty frequently, so it also raises other concerns with how secure these social media platforms' data systems are.
So the solution to this ethical situation is going to come from more than likely three different avenues. The first one is going to be government regulation. So either some sort of bill or legislation being passed that limits what corporations can do and protects the consumers. The other one would be a judicial ruling, something from a court that says corporations can't do this. The second one would be a consumer boycott of companies and forcing them to actually take data privacy and data safeguarding seriously. The third one would be from the actual corporations themselves. Corporations get some corporate responsibility and decide to actually ethically handle their customers' data on their own, of their own volition. For consumers, avoiding this type of situation is becoming increasingly more difficult. Recently, Windows 10 reached its end of life, and Windows 11 is the most popular computer operating system on the planet. In order to use actually Windows 11, you need to have a Microsoft account to actually set up your computer. So things like this force you to accept companies' terms and conditions and the data that they're collecting on you. If you live in the modern world, you essentially have to use technology. So using a system like Windows 11 while requiring you to agree to Microsoft's terms is a little shady and a little backhanded. So for customers and consumers, the best thing they can do is try to stay informed and know what companies treat your data and your privacy seriously and which ones don't. And then from a corporate perspective, as a lot of us are business students, or we're all college students, we're all going to be heading into the workforce and into corporate America. Please try to take these responsibilities, these corporate ethics seriously, because you have an actual responsibility to your customers.